Hey, what's up, Ray? It's the Watchalong show. We do this every week. I'm John Maher. That's Aaron Brooks. We talk about our challenges, our various challenges we do on Letterboxd, and what we did over the week. Aaron, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, still repping the woman who came from the sea behind me.
As you should.
Yeah, going to be repping that for a while. I like this backdrop. But enough about that. We're here for the Letterboxd challenge in week 3 of the book adaptations that are not Stephen King. Week 4, sorry.
Week 4, yeah. And sorry. We can. I'll throw up my. There you go. Week 4 of books. Lots of books.
Those books.
All right, and of course, we are talking about this Letterboxd challenge, the Why We Love Horror Letterboxd challenge, the 3rd annual one. Follow us along week by week as we go through this challenge. Again, doing books, and I'll go first since my book is, but the movie that my book is adapted from came out 1 year before yours. I watched a movie I've known about for a while, but I never ever got around to watching it. Wolfen, based on the Whitley Strieber book. Wolfen, who's Whitley Strieber, a prolific horror author. A lot of their works have been adapted into movies. Wolfen, I thought, was a werewolf movie for the longest time. And again, it's in the year 1981, which is the same year that The Howling and An American Werewolf in London came out. So all these movies that are kind of like similar, kind of like, I think once you watch An American Werewolf in London, you're kind of like, you shy away from watching these other movies. And it took me a very long time to get to Wolfen. It's really about shapeshifters and or just like ancient kind of like super animals that just exist among humans. So it's not really werewolves, but a lot of werewolf-y stuff. Albert Finney plays a New York City police detective who is basically thrust in the middle of where these whatever these things are killing people, and he's trying to get to the bottom of it. But everybody shows up in this movie. Gregory Hines and Edward James, a young Edward James Olmos, which is like kind of jarring because I didn't believe it was him for a second. Yeah. Who else shows up in this movie? Reginald Vell Johnson shows up for a second as a coroner, and James Tolkien shows up as a coroner. Bill Noonan's in this. A lot of people to show up. It's a really good movie. I would recommend it. I landed on 4 stars for this. The only drawback I'll say is it is 1981, and they're really trying to push. I think this is kind of like Altered States inspired. They're really trying to push those kinds of special effects, but they must not have had Ken Russell's budget. But okay, that's the only thing I'll say about that. What did you watch, Aaron?
Yeah, I ended up watching The Entity from '82, Sidney J. Furie directed. Really good, and like kind of in the similar vein with you, with like American Werewolf in London, kind of shying everybody away from so many different like subgenres of that. I feel like The Entity is just a byproduct of just being an adult poltergeist.
And it is poltergeist with nudity, yes.
But it's also like I'm on a string of like sad horror movies with this and Women Who Came from the Sea, and they're both about like childhood trauma for women, dealing with it in very different ways, obviously. But like that thread's there. Barbara Hershey's amazing in this movie. And yeah, no, it's really, really solid. 4 stars. Like it's better than
I had done this earlier in the challenge. Yeah, it is a 4-star movie for sure. I agree. And one of the horrifying takedown of psychiatry in this movie, they don't give a shit about her. Oh my goodness, in this movie.
No. The 80s, yes.
Yeah, it's the 80s. We've come so far. Yeah. Aside from the Why We Love Horror challenge, we're also doing our own separate challenges. Aaron gave me 100 movies to watch, and I gave Aaron 100 movies to watch. Aaron is finishing up the 80s this week. Aaron, what'd you start with?
I started with Phantasm 2 from 1988, Don Coscarelli's sequel to. First of all, I thought this movie was probably I thought it was released like the year after. Like, so if I would have known like they got 9-10 years almost to work on this, I might have punched even more. I'm just not a Phantasm guy. 3 stars for me. Like, Tall Man, great. Rest of it, not for me. And the Sentinels are also good. There's some good practical effects, sure, but there's a lot of good practical effects in not great movies. This is an example, I guess.
I'm a little higher, and this is a 4-star movie for me just because I have a lot of memories of this movie as a small child. as a child my daughter's age watching this movie when I shouldn't have been watching it. So Phantasm 2, I have nostalgia for it. What else did you watch?
Next, I watched Discarnatas or Discarnates.
The Discarnates, yeah.
The Discarnates, whatever it is. Japanese movie. Basically about like trying to stay connected to your past, but at the peril of your future and present, or you can only be in one place at once. It was like just like a very like hard watch to think about because I'm always thinking about time and how strange time is and how it's life is but a dream, and it's just kind of like a familiar horror story, I guess. I think it's was it a recent they are a writer recently divorced, and they're just trying to like recollect their life basically. Yeah.
It's like nostalgia come real. Like he longs for his past and his relationship with his parents, and he kind of manifests it. Mm-hmm. But it's like it meant to the point where like he has trouble, like should he live his life or just be stuck in the past? And it's existential horror, I guess.
And it was, so it was 3.5 for me. Like maybe it was like a little too scary for me, so I just started to like avoid it as it went because I started to put myself in the main character's shoes as I was unwinding. It was like freaking me out, so I think maybe it did its job too well, so maybe I should rate it higher, but I don't know.
This movie has feels. I'm at a 4 on the Discarnates. It's like it's an existential feels movie, so I get it. I get it fully.
Yeah, and those are like a lot more intense for me than most. And then is it still me?
Yep. And then I know this is a total. This is a different type of movie.
Yeah, very different, but also quite existential when you apply it to today. Clear Cut from 1991, starring Graham Greene. There he is. I've just like gone by this movie so many times and just had no idea what I was missing out on this whole time. I don't know why I didn't stop seeing it. It's basically about a Native American tribe who has the help of a lawyer who's played by what is it? His name? Michael Hogan. And he is like at first like really on his side and just like everything like that until Arthur decides to kidnap the head of like the mill company that's trying to invade their woods and take away all their resources. And then they're just like kind of on a mad dash through the woods for the three of them. And you just like have like switches and like who to trust and who's trusting who and everything like that. And all while it's like Arthur's right, even if he's not. I think Arthur's right. And the way the movie ends, I won't like give spoilers or anything, but it certainly is going to divide quite a few people. And I do think it's one of the weaker aspects of the movie because the rest of the movie is just so strong, and then it kind of stops. I'll just leave it there. But I do think this could be remade, honestly, with just data center assholes getting kidnapped and no humor involved at all. And I think it would be quite sobering. So Neon, make a remake of Clear Cut. It'll be really good. I don't know who to have starring it. One of the Reservoir Dogs people has to be able to star in that movie, I'm sure. But great show on FX. Go check it out. 4 stars for this movie as well. Sorry.
4 stars for me as well. I think Graham Greene's Arthur is a phenomenal character, even if he is like a Native American demon, basically. Great character. Don't emulate him, but a great character. He really carries this movie 100%. Then we'll go on to the 2 movies I watched this week, starting with a movie I know you love, and I know we love this gentleman. 2001's Wendigo by Larry Fessenden. The reviews I read didn't spoil it for me, but I did know that like I was in for something once this movie gets along. And wow, this movie it takes you on a journey. You got like just the family. Was it Patricia Clarkson and Jake Weber, our parents, and they have a son. The son I don't recall the son's name, but he's an actor that shows up a lot since then. And they just they run afoul. It's your typical like city people running afoul of country people, and but however it mixes in the Wendigo aspect. And if you've seen movies like Antlers or Wendigo, you know what the Wendigo is. And I think this is maybe like the best adaptation of like that folklore that I've ever seen. It's usually done so lazily, especially even in Antlers, it was done kind of lazily. But in this movie, they take the time and it's done just like a really quick punch, and like you're very disorienting in a good way. And the movie is sad. It's a sad movie. I'm at a 4 stars for this.
Yeah, 4.5 for me. This is one of my favorite Larry Fessenden movies. Just like it is one of my favorite endings. It's so brutal. Like I'd be afraid to watch it now. Like again, like it's just like it got under my skin in a way like only like kind of a few movies do. So like it's just so effective.
Yes.
And it's just making the most of everything. It's super low budget because it's Larry Fessenden. But like you don't feel it. Like it.
No, they do a lot of like car accidenty type stuff, and like it's done well. Like it's done really well.
Yeah, and no, this is like one I highly recommend if you're looking to start your Larry journey. Wendigo is a good spot.
And the second movie I watched, the movie that I've known about forever. I never thought I would need to ever watch it, but you gave me 2002's The Mothman Prophecies, which I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
There are certain people in this community who told me on my review that this movie sucks, and they'll go nameless, like they deserve to be. But I will tell you, it does not suck. It is actually a really good movie. Richard Gere kills it, and like there's a lot of like themes in this movie, like they're just tossed together in a very effective way. It's about like grief. It's about like what the encroachment of industrialism on small country towns. Mm-hmm. Like basically the Mothman is a demon, I guess we'll say, for lack of a better word, like a cryptozoological demon that kind of it's clairvoyant, and it knows when suffering is coming, and it will torture the eventual people who will be affected by these shortcomings, and done incredibly effectively. And like I said in my review, a better bridge collapse sequence than Final Destination 5, and probably on less of a budget.
Yeah.
This is another clear 4-star movie for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. Feels like a Stephen King book in a very like positive way without ripping him off. Like,
yeah, this could be a Stephen King story for 100%. Definitely.
Yeah, and it's just, I like, it's one that I kind of got brought into because it's one that people who love it really love it, and they kind of spread the word. Like there's still like chance of a sequel at this point. Richard Gere is amazing in this movie. There's like a lot of really weird, unexplained moments that I feel like really add to the tension, and they're not just like for ambiguity, but like they make it a lot more of a unique experience. So yeah, no, I agree. 4-star, really star. There's a reason I recommended this one.
Oh yeah. So that'll do it for this week. Next week we'll go into week 5, our final book adaptations, and we'll figure out where else we go on our lists. One more time, there's the Why We Love Horror Challenge. Those are my 100 movies and Aaron's 100 movies. Until next week, I'm JWMaher. That's Aaron Brooks. This has been the Watchalong Show. Here's what's coming up on the channel.